So we're away. Can't get rid of him. Right. If you hate Arsenal, stand up. If you hate Arsenal, stand up. Champions of Europe, we're having a laugh. Pretty little face. Little dial, chubby.
You've said that for a long time.
Chubby cheeks. I can't remember what was on it. I can't remember what was on it. So much. It's quick this morning. Let's go.
Jane Woodward's.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
We're
We are.
awake.
It's a bit
We're
dark
up.
this morning in the office, I'm afraid. But
Do you want the light on?
No, because then we'll get a big stripe down the middle of the,
Oh,
of the
right.
screen. So,
Right. It's not us then.
I could try it. Have a chat. Talk.
Have a chat.
Say something.
Well, it's nice to see the people on. I've just looked across Jim's shoulder and seeing who's on this morning. So welcome this morning. It's nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
We're up. and
So,
we're
what
ready
have you been
to
doing
go.
this week then? Knitting?
What have I been
Bit of
doing
knitting this week?
I
Knitting,
don't
sewing
know.
and
I s-
ironing?
No.
No. What have you been
No.
doing then?
Well, I seem to have spent a lot of time sitting in a car being bumped around on the
No,
road.
no, but you preached on Sunday.
Yeah, I did. I went up to Joyful. I love Joyful. Joyful is up across the hill over there We have
Over there. That's
over
helpful,
there.
though, isn't it? Over there. So,
It
Can't get the
is what
staff.
its name is. It is joyful.
yes.
And I just love going back there and seeing what they've done and where they are now. And it was one of those really good Sundays.
And you also, we'll talk about in a minute about, we started the Young Disciples training this week,
We
didn't you?
did. We began that on Saturday.
And
But
you're doing that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's one thing with us is we're always beginning something. We're never following anything on. And so we've got to really set the ground really before we start.
Yeah, keep moving.
And that's what we're finding with
Yeah.
the young disciples. What we thought in our head, oh, perhaps not, let's do this. We're still going to do it, but it's plan B.
We had a lot of rain, didn't we? Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah,
And we couldn't
really.
go out Monday, could we? The roads
No.
were too bad.
And yesterday when we went out, the whole world was out because
Yeah.
it couldn't go out on Monday. But the rain just came down, and here on the valley and everywhere it floods. And it's
But this
we're just
was
not
a
going.
car wide, this
Yeah.
rain, and a few shops opened. Our school was half full
Yeah.
because people just can't get through the rain.
That's right. We watched one little girl go home in the afternoon, and she had green wellies.
Yeah,
and
because
green
you
welly
can't.
bits.
First of all, the trottoirs can't travel, and then the paths are so muddy. We just once it comes like that, we've had it,
Yeah.
haven't we? Okay,
So-
right. Enough chatting because we've got so
Right.
much to do. What's
All
this all
right.
about?
Once a teacher, always a teacher. I think this may be. I love the colours.
Mary went out the other morning for 5 minutes, and 3 years later, I thought I'd better go and see what's going on. And this is what I discovered.
Now here we have Mary
It's
doing
in the
what she does the
tabernacle.
best.
And I think
Just come
as
down
you
to
come
see where
across,
she
you'll
is.
see me with the
Being a
young
teacher,
discipleship group
what would you
from the
expect?
school. I said, can I
Because
meet them? And they only
You
said,
just can't keep these
right,
teachers
now.
out, can you?
Before I knew it, these ones had come down and were talking with me. So there I am in the tabernacle, which seemed the right place to be. I'm sure the tabernacle was very happy. And there are 5 of the young ones from the school.
Now here we have
There I am doing it. It's lovely, isn't it?
Mary is a trained teacher. Last week she said, but it's true. Having a trained teacher in your team is a huge asset to us. And there you go. You see, you see that. That's a teacher, isn't it? See how they're all sitting with their arms folded. They hear the voice, And you were teaching them those 5, and we got 5 others, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got 5 others from the church that I met on Saturday.
And
so
we're going to do a
working-
different plan with them, haven't we?
Yeah, we've split the groups into 2 now because there's different ages and it's different.
So-
They're like chalk and cheese.
So we will run 2 groups, train 2 groups, and we will try to open the youth church end of this month.
Yeah, we'll train the 2 separately but bring them together.
What happened when you asked this group of 5 what they thought their callings was? What did they say?
Well, I was so amazing. I was expecting intercessor, healer. Now remember, there were 5 of them there, and they said apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist. I was speechless for about 10 seconds. I couldn't believe what they were saying, and I was so struck by it. I saw you outside, and I said, "Prophet, come and listen to this," and they were deadly serious.
Because, this is it. We don't play around here in Ghana. The children want the ministries. We want them to have them. And we bring them through. We give them a chance to lead the youth church. I don't think many other churches do that. But our young people are not coming to Sunday school to do a drawing.
That's right.
We are really wanting to raise, and they want it. They want to be raised up. So when you do the church children, you'll be teaching them, won't you?
That's right. There's a lot of teaching going on as well. But the ones from the school, they were so hungry and so excited, and they want it. And they want it. And there was a lovely prayer, wasn't there?
Yeah, and
Can I share that prayer that girl gave
What was that?
about her daddy?
I don't know. Can't remember what it was. You never tell me
right.
anything. I only run the joint.
At the end, we prayed. I said, "Is there anything we can pray for you?" And this one girl said, "Mama, will you pray this, that my father will teach me the things I need to know?"
Which father was that?
Her father.
Yeah, he's a
Her
pastor, isn't he? I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
her father would teach her the things she would know so that she could fulfill her calling.
Yeah.
As I was saying, each of us is special.
Now, we've got dozens of kids like that in the school and church, and we're going to train them and give them a chance to explore these ministries. Next one, we'll run this one through first, so this will be this
Learning
mission.
one, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to do intercessor. These children can pray, and I want to do healing. These children can heal. It's a missionary school, and that brings me to this. Right, time to pray. Our Father. Yesterday,
Oh, yes.
The school meet outside my window, and this is what happened this week. There is one of the, I think that's one of the young children leads the assembly. You can't hear it because I know I don't put the sound on because it's on this audio, but they are saying the Lord's Prayer. That's what they're doing every morning. They gather there, and one of the teachers is there, and they are praying the Lord's Prayer.
They're saying the Lord's Prayer.
And
it's lovely because we hear it up here.
It's incredible.
And the singing comes up
And
here.
they'll also recite their oath to Ghana.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll sing God bless our homeland, Ghana, and something or other. And other times they'll say, it's a very traditional song. We have a song sometimes in the evening on a Friday before they go home. Just to trust and obey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all gather outside at the base and sing outside the school and sing trust and obey. And Naomi comes out and says, "We bless you in the name of the Lord for the coming weekend," because that's what we do as a Christian school, and that's what our parents are expecting. They are expecting a Christian input. That's what they want. I think that the public schools do the same. They do all this same stuff, praying and reciting the oath to the nation and so on. It's what we do here.
That's right. And one of the parents was saying we wanted our children to come because it was a missionary school.
Yeah.
And we do that.
Yeah.
We do it very well.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
And this is the spirituality of Ghana. It's why it's like it is, because from the schools upwards, we're all reciting the Lord's Prayer, singing, praising, worshipping, and amongst that group are some Muslim children. We're not closed to anybody. We're not allowed to. We wouldn't anyway. But we say to the Muslim parents, you must accept this as a Christian school, and what the Muslim parents like is the discipline and order here.
That's right. For the discipleship school, Naomi said which children would like to join it, but you have to go and ask your parents. And they went home and asked their parents, and some parents said no, but others said yes. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. So we are working with the culture here, and the Muslim children just have to flow through with what we do. We're not going to have any problems because we're not looking for them, and basically we coexist here quite well. Ghana's learned how to exist, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got so many tribes here that we've learned to live together. It's one of the features, isn't it, of the nation. We could teach that to a lot of other countries. We have learned that there are very different traditions and tribals here and different religions, and we've learned to exist together.
Which is good, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I think at our end of term event, the children dressed in national their tribal colours, and it was fantastic.
And they sang their tribal songs,
and
didn't they?
danced their dances.
And we're very keen on that, aren't we?
Yeah, I love it.
Naomi too.
Love
We're
it.
very keen on them knowing their culture.
Yeah.
And keeping that going.
Yeah,
So
it's really lovely to
So now,
watch.
here's the thing. We did this revival conference on Saturday, and the audios are available. If you contact
really
me,
good.
you can have 3 audios of the teaching. Now, I just took the one picture. Here we are. This is where are we?
We are in Accra at the Full Gospel Men's headquarters. We have a room there which we can use. And they came. It was a brilliant conference. I'm not just saying that because I'm his wife, but listen to the audios. It was excellent teaching.
So, we had about 25, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
These are our people. We've been with us for years.
And they're on the WhatsApps. The WhatsApp groups are so key.
Yeah, we have a Revival Warriors WhatsApp group, and we've been praying for 2 or 3 years now for revival. I have another revival channel, a wider one. Then we have a narrower one where we have our groups.
And this group is about 3 times we've come together now.
Yeah, and we're meeting again in June.
And we saw the progress. We saw it this time, didn't we?
Yes, I think we're teaching Ghana that you have to endure.
That's right, because so often here, because of the way it is, we want it now,
Yeah.
And if it's not now, God's not blessing. And if it's not now, I'm giving up.
Yeah.
And we have to pull them back.
Well, it
and
comes
say,
from the culture.
Yeah.
This is a hard environment in which to live, and you have to live day by day. If you're ill, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
You might have no food in the cupboard, or you're very short, no money for your church, or very little. There's big family struggles and this big thing. It's a hard culture, and it's very much day to day. And I think that's transferred itself into the spiritual world.
That's right. But on the other side of that, they expect it now. And so they do see the miracles
Yes,
of
they
now.
do.
They, you know, as you said, if you're ill in the day, by tea time you're well. You see that, but for some of the deeper things, you've got to keep praying.
Well, we're teaching them that this is a long-term project to pray.
That's right.
And
we've been getting alongside these people for a long time. They're from different groups there.
yep,
And I'm doing what I do best there.
talking.
Yeah.
Moving quickly on. Big school.
The big school.
Now, let's first of all look at the video of the big school. I think it should come up. Yes, here we are. This is the top floor. And these are the pillars that some of you prayed for last year. You remember we prayed for them all, the white ones, and now we're putting on the beams to support the roof. All bamboo, you see. We use local. Ghana uses local products. This bamboo is extremely strong, and steel is very expensive. And so Adeline, who's our architect, we use bamboo. I agree. I approve of that. So here we are. We're just walking down the school. It's very long, as you can see. Over this side, that's where we are now. That house in the background, and all this. It's a very big space for 6 classrooms on this floor, and 4 downstairs, and toilets, and the teachers' rooms.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this will be the. Well, I think Adelaide wants a computer centre here.
That's right.
We'll see.
But those pillars, do you remember we asked would you name each pillar, and you all sent in different names for the pillars. There's Samuel, there's a Hannah, there's all sorts of
Now
names.
it's looking down the valley,
Yeah.
down towards Accra. Come round, and any minute now.
The base.
There we
Yeah.
are. That's Lydia House.
That's right. That's
and
where
we're just next to that, and
there's Blessing.
yeah, there's Blessing Church in front of it.
Yeah.
So there we are. So it's not very far away. I can walk there in 5 minutes.
And there's the hills I'm always talking about.
And the beautiful hills down which comes the lovely air for
That's
us.
right.
Storm
And
brewing
that
there.
way is where Joy is, the other side.
Yeah, that's
What
the
we talk
storm
about
brewing
there.
there, as you can see. I scarpered off pretty quick from
Yeah.
there. But there you can see, that is where we're up to. And this is where our children come from, this whole area.
Yeah.
We have very few cars come. They
If any.
walk. Yeah, they walk to us. And
We're a local school, aren't
yeah,
we?
we are. We're a local
Community
community
yeah.
school, and that's what the clinic is about, isn't it? The clinic
That's
is
right.
a local community, and the community use our base for elections and stuff. And the big school, we're stuck at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we can't work with the children below us, can we?
So we have to wait till they're not there.
Either weekend, Friday, Saturday, or we're vacating in a month for 10 days,
But
and
we
can
really need it by
blitz on
September,
there.
don't
Yes, we do.
You're pacing up and down now and saying
because the
"We
ground
can't-"
floor children, the 4 classes there, all have to move up next year,
Yeah.
and the next 4 come underneath, and then we will turn the prayer floor into the 3rd floor, and then that floor will move up. So we have 3 years
That's
in the
right.
big school. So it's quite a big project still.
That's right. And we've still got children coming in.
Yes,
we've
190
got-
now, I think.
They will feel their way from the youngest upwards. So we've got to get it done. Lord, we need it done.
Yeah, but
Some of-
I don't want anyone to think we're only stopped. We're not stopped for the funding for the roof. We're stopped because we have to be careful of the children.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We accept that. And Adeline has come up with a new idea for the cement, which is to put fiberglass in it. She's right on the ball, isn't
Yeah.
she? She's very modern, and that will strengthen the cement, and we can use less. So we're also waiting for that to arrive.
That's
so
right.
we have built a very strong building, haven't we?
That's right.
Yeah.
And suddenly we'll wake up one morning and the workers will be there
Yeah.
and it'll
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah.
But we have to take off our English heads and trust Paul.
Well, we are held up by a sensible thing.
Yeah,
we can't work with the children,
That's
can
right.
we? So that's not possible. But it's moving along, and at any time it will suddenly whiz up. You know.
Yeah. Yum, yum. What's
Yum
this?
yum. Now this is not a very African picture, is it? Although we can get, is that broccoli? Can we get that?
Yeah.
And we get avocados, not those pathetic things. We get huge things.
They are coming on our tree at the moment.
Yeah.
Every time it rains, they're like balloons that somebody's blowing up.
Well,
and they're
yesterday,
getting bigger and bigger.
yesterday some had fallen, hadn't they?
Oh yeah, I was watching from the balcony, and one of the ladies who works in the kitchen outside was going round picking up the fallen avocados.
Yeah. So
Oh,
now
yeah,
let's have a
great
look.
from the
Let's
tree.
have a look at it. Right.
Oh,
This is the kitchen as
yeah.
we have it,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's built on, our house is at the right end,
Right-hand
isn't it?
side,
So they
yeah.
can't see us pointing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, there's
isn't
some steps there you can see. It's on a cement base.
Yeah.
There are tables and
Yeah.
there are charcoal burners.
it? Yeah,
there.
it's cooked on charcoal, and 2 cooks come, and this is not a very good picture. You just can't get the impression. But one side is the kenki stuff, isn't
Yeah.
it? How do they do that?
I've no idea.
Okay. So you see,
I
I
just
can't
watch
get
them
the staff.
stare.
Honestly, it's blimmin' hopeless. Well, I think it's some kind
It's
of
a-
yam that they beat to death.
It's very thick,
Yes, it's like
and they scoop it.
a dough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this
Well,
side is their
the sauce.
sauce, yeah, which is.
That's right.
I'm surprised the spoon isn't burst into flames. To be honest.
There's usually 2. They're really heavy. You watch Rose stirring that really thick one. You think,
Yeah.
oh, what a sweat
You
on
really
that.
do need to be strong
Yeah.
to do that.
I was down there and they were lifting that off the fire. There's Rose. Lifting it off the fire, the 2 of them, and you just shut your eyes and think, oh no, it's not dangerous. They're very.
Rose
there's our
is,
house
see
of-
Rose how happy she is.
Yeah.
Now we need to develop the kitchen which is behind the door.
Yeah.
We need to put cookers in there partly because it's not hygiene so much, but gas is much cheaper than charcoal. So our next project will be to upgrade the kitchen with new cookers. We'll still be using the outside, I'm sure, but we need to complete the inside of our work there, so
That's
that we've
right.
got a complete unit there.
But one of the good things is Anita employed Rose to help her. She's from Beloved Church. And now we have another young lady helping because it's just getting too big.
Yeah, that's
And those
Miriam.
tables, each classroom has a big basket and they put their lunch boxes in and it comes down in classes and then they serve their meal into their lunch boxes.
Now, of course, what they're getting is lovely food.
It's lovely. It's hot and it's fresh every day, and it's a real joy. I go down there and watch and say, "What's that?" And they say, "Do you want some?" I say, "Perhaps
No, thanks.
not."
I don't want my mouth
But I
to
like
catch
it.
fire.
I like it. But it's lovely. I love to see the pots bubbling away and the fresh food. But they start very early doing it.
I once stayed at a YWAM base up in the mountains, and they had a Friday traditional. And the YWAM leader said, "I've ordered separate for you." He said, "Why?" He said, "Because actually the soup is really liquid metal. It will set you on fire."
Yeah,
so I didn't risk it.
I think it's so hot that sometimes, but it's lovely to see, and they get good portions. You know, I was watching them dish up, and they get really good portions. But it's like a machine when they start dishing up.
Yeah, but I think it's all part of what we do is providing good food
That's
for
right.
them.
I was in the kindergarten the other day, in the creche, the little at one's end, and the lady came over with a basket of food, and the little ones just cheered. A great cheer went up. Their dinner had come.
Now, we want to introduce another member of our family. I just got one here today, I think, if I look and see what we've got here. There's so many things on here. Are we coming up now? Here it is. There. Who's this?
Oh, now this is Samuel. And we've just given him this name, haven't we?
Yes.
The Lord said, give him this name, Samuel. Now, Samuel is what you call our gate boy. The fact he's 6'6" tall, I think he's married and has children, but he lives in the house by the gate and undoes the gate for us. But he does absolutely everything.
All over the school.
All over the school.
Yeah,
He
he
is
builds, he
such
lays
a-
cement, he carries, he
He's
puts
as
up
strong as an
tables.
ox.
Yeah.
But he's a lovely, gentle giant. The children love him. He does all the work, a lot of the work around the base. And the grass is beautiful because he mows it. Whatever needs doing,
Yeah.
he does.
So any minute now, the bell will ring and he'll come across and say, "Papa, what can I do?"
I think you can see he's carrying your bag.
Yes, he is,
loves
yes.
to carry your bag. And now he says, "Mama, I will carry your bag too."
You see,
But he's a lovely
he was
guy.
called Bismarck,
Yeah.
but I don't feel that's right.
No.
And so we pray, and then Africans often change their names. They get some ridiculous names given, but when they grow into faith, they want a better name. And Abraham changed his name didn't
Yeah,
he,
he
from
did.
whatever it was before, something ghastly.
Yeah, he said one day, just said one day.
Well, he heard a pastor preaching and said, "Your name is so important," and he felt his name was ugly, didn't he?
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
right. I can't remember what the name
No,
was.
I've forgotten
It's
it.
always Abraham
Yeah,
now.
and Bismarck will be Samuel. Who wants to be called Bismarck? You know, it's not the nicest name, is it? I just can't tell you the weird names we get. You know, Arsenal Football Club. Who wants to support them? Nobody. But you know, you'll find a kid called Arsenal. It's absolutely. It is quite staggering what you come across.
But actually, Samuel fits his character.
Actually, his name is
He's-
Kojo, isn't it? That's his African
Yeah.
name.
But he's a godly man,
yeah.
a quiet, godly man.
We love him, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Right.
We do.
So, what we got on this week then?
Well, this week, I don't know. What am I doing? What am I doing? We're going shopping this morning
You
again.
know, I don't understand, darling. I told you already what we're doing today.
I'm going shopping.
Yes.
I know. But see, you get excited. We haven't actually got to that shop. I think last week we were saying we're going shopping, but something always comes up. I don't think I'm going to take my freezer box out because every time I take it out, it means I don't get
And
there.
I think you know we only want one thing. That's
True,
all we want.
True.
So,
No, so we
when we get the 19 bags coming out, no, we can't. Well, it's very expensive.
we
but
couldn't make it yesterday, so
No.
we are going today.
it is expensive. But one or two things I need, and so we do that. Our problem now is we've got to get through the roadworks, or shall we call them the non-roadworks?
That's right.
Because having dug up the motorway for 30 kilometres and wrecked it from top to bottom, now it appears there isn't enough money to finish the job. So we don't know where we're going to go. But that's Africa. One of our recent flyovers took 21 years to finish, so we don't hurry.
We celebrate that we lived long enough to see some
Yeah.
of the things finished.
So the government, they do the best they can. We know that, and the world economic situation turned against them, and so with no criticism. But I'm afraid this is what it is like. It is indescribable
Yeah.
to you. But however, that's
Where
what it
there's
is.
a 2-lane road, they will make it 4,
Yeah.
and they would make it 5 because they'd go
Yeah.
over the top of you as well.
But
So
we're not
it's
criticising. This is just how it is.
Is.
It's how it is for everybody, including all of us. So,
Uh-huh.
but it is a very hard situation because we go into crowds every day.
Well, we're not so much now,
No,
are
because
we?
partly
we
because the
think-
fuel's so expensive, and partly because it's so
The
uncomfortable.
journey, the journey.
Anyway, so we do that today, and then Saturday you're teaching the
Yeah, I've
other
got the 2
disciple group,
groups.
aren't you?
But Friday we've got your in.
Yeah, well, Saturday you're going to teach the church group of children,
Yeah.
aren't you?
And in the morning. Yeah, I've got 2 on
And
Saturday.
then we're both preaching Sunday, aren't
Yeah,
we?
I'm going to Freedom on Sunday. I'm really excited about that. I'm going with Apostle to Freedom.
Why are you excited? You should be coming to listen to me preach.
I'm going with my buddy. Be quiet.
You see,
So I'm
really,
really
the
looking
truth
forward
is
to
they
that.
all want to be number one. That's the truth. It comes out, doesn't it, from time to time. So that's what's planned. But what we never know is what's going to turn up
That's
here.
true.
So and we have to do a lot of preparation, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So
Can I tell a story? A little one. A
Well,
little one.
why not?
You
I
know,
mean,
you
you
were
know.
I just remember this. You know, we're talking about the road. It really, really is bad. And I remember we were in traffic one day, and they have words in the back of the trotros and the cars, and it said, "Jesus is coming." And I sat in this traffic jam and suddenly saw Jesus is coming, and my heart sank, and I thought, "Oh Lord, I feel really sorry for you if you're coming on this road. I'm sorry, but it just made me laugh.
Okay, ha.
Jesus is coming."
right, very
on
funny.
this road.
Ho
Oh,
ho.
no.
That's you fired.
I'm happy,
There's a
be
much
quiet.
funnier one of the little girl that came out of the bathroom, isn't there? The 2-year-old.
Oh yeah. I went across to the school the other day, and the little ones were coming round the building and up the steps, and I looked at her and I thought, "What's this?" She'd come round. She hadn't actually pulled. Can I say this?
Yeah, go on. Why
She
not?
hadn't pulled her knickers up, and her skirt was round her neck, and all I saw was this tiny
Yeah, but
bottom
then
going
the
up
next
the
thing we
steps.
saw was the teacher rushing out with the toilet paper. So I think this little girl hadn't quite got the hang of things. It was so sweet.
It was
Oh,
it was
dear me.
sweet, and
Yeah.
it was just what we're about
Yeah, it's
here.
so funny. So what's this all about then?
Oh, that's me going up to Joyful on Sunday. My dress is actually orange. It seems pink there, but it's orange.
Yeah.
It was lovely. I just loved it, and they were very welcoming. And it was Mother's Day here, and I came home with a present, 2 pies, and 2 cans of malt beer.
But that's non-alcoholic.
Yeah,
Malta, it's called.
it's Malta.
Yeah.
But it was a kind gift. And there, I think I'm going somewhere else then. I think we were going into Accra for the Saturday meeting there. Love the colours, don't you? Love the colours and the sunshine.
Yes, it was Mother's Day. They follow the American plan here. So at Joyful, everybody, just the women, got a pie and this non-alcoholic malta drink that
It was lovely.
everyone loves, which is not only a very nice thing to do, but very useful. So it's not like, you know, brooches or scarves, but something really useful food. And I think that was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
What we did was when we prayed for the mummies, we got all the young girls up and prayed that they would have children when their time came, because having children in Ghana is not easy. So it's because we lose a lot of children. So we were praying for the young girls, the young women, that when they got married, they would be able to have children. It's very important the church take on this responsibility.
Yeah, within Beloved,
Yeah.
we take that seriously.
It's a
don't we?
real agony
Yeah.
in this country. And so on Mother's Day, I prayed for the young girls that they would not have any difficulty when the time came in conceiving their children. And that's something we have to take into account here as we work. There are certain things that are problematic, and I think Freedom did this. I think Freedom did something. I think in Esther's church, the women got chocolates. You know, I think there was a lot going on that Sunday
Yeah.
for Mother's Day. So it's
But
really nice, wasn't
It's
it?
taking on the daily life, the church taking on the problems of everyday life, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we have to.
They're not put in a box.
No.
You know, the church is involved in this because
Yeah.
it's so important.
We have to take them into our lives. The
Yeah.
fact that many women can't have children has to become part of the church's ministry.
Yeah, I think that's really special. And that's why we're rejoicing that Rahel is married and Rahel is expecting a baby.
And the fact that travel is so dangerous. Almost every Sunday we get a testimony that says, I travelled and the Lord watched over me. And
Yeah.
that's not a joke out here.
Yeah,
We saw a very bad accident on Saturday, didn't we,
yeah,
on the
we
way
did
down?
as we went in.
And that's quite common for testimonies to say that the Lord
Yeah.
watched over me. And getting our food as well is another issue which we have to pray a lot about
Yeah.
in the church, and also healing,
That's right.
because the medical they do their absolute best, but we often need well, I don't want to say only prayer, but often it's prayer that does the job.
Yeah, the church is the covering.
Yeah,
isn't
we have
it?
to take the whole of the culture into our lives as a church.
It's lovely.
And pray, and if there's a funeral, the church we haven't got much. We send a little bit of money or some food or some drinks
People go.
or we'll go if you'll go, because we want to be identified with people. And we have what do we do at marriages? We have an offering collection for the people. Baptisms, we have a collection and give food or nappies or whatever. The church has to be right into the culture.
Yeah.
And if we're not, we're irrelevant. But
Yeah.
if we are,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if
I
we
think
are.
that's the key. I'm just thinking, comparing it to Home-Zone, we are relevant to the people,
Yeah.
and the church is relevant. Well, it's not quite the same in England,
No,
is it?
we are a cultural hub.
Yeah.
And and this is true of all the churches, not just us. We're all deeply involved in the issues of the culture and praying for them, bringing the Lord into them.
Yeah.
And the testimonies week after week will be always saying the same. The Lord did this for me. The Lord did this for me. And they're usually in food, health, travel, family. All the time we are trying to be in the culture.
That's right.
We are. Okay, well that's good. There was a lot there, wasn't it, today?
was
Lots to
today.
talk about today. Thank you very much for David for his work in Seaford, and he runs the live chat while we're talking. And we'll be back next week, and so enjoy the fanfare.